Alright, welcome back everyone. New project day. Gonna do a medieval crossbow model. I did a trebuchet a few years ago, a couple of years ago anyway, and that one went pretty well, so I think this will be fun. If you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes, all my failures, how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Just trying to have a good time and upload daily. If you've seen any kits or builds or sets or anything you'd like for me to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add on to my list, and I've got the most intelligent audience in YouTube, so you always provide me with nothing but the best alternatives for my projects. Okay, I actually got like just sheets of... Okay, that's a little different, but that's still okay. So looks like pretty good pictures, nice printing quality. And our little, doesn't look like a very thick batch of pieces, so this might bode well for a reasonably quick project. And it appears to be from the same company that did the trebuchet project, because I recognize the stones. They were definitely in that project, as well as the string and the ball bearings and whatnot in there. Okay, so let me put that aside and pop this open and see what we're into with our pieces. Forgot Snoopy again. Okay. Another piece of sandpaper for us. Got one piece coming off already. I think that looks like the base plate that sort of adjusts. Let's leave that alone. Can't stop myself. Okay, and looks like wheels and frame. And more pieces that looks like Korean or Chinese writing on there. I'm not, maybe, yeah, not Japanese, 'cause it's not quite, it's got the circles there usually, and that might just be a design too. So. Looks like part of our dragon's head and the rest of our frame. Alright, I say, it doesn't look like the pieces are going to be any trouble to get off of, because they're already coming apart for me. But I'll take a quick look at these, our bag of goodies here. I guess I should, at the very least. See what we got in there. I think it's all evident. A few bowels. Let's say a bag of rounded stones. It looks like. So that's sort of not marbles really, but they are like, let's say, stones. Over here. Nothing. I'm not sure what those are used for on a crossbow. Let's see. Couple pieces of I think that's plastic. That probably are tensioners. String and BBs and rubber gaskets, ball bearings. Well, and like I say, not much to instructions, just a few pages. The front and back, I didn't even pay attention to that. Yeah, front and back. Like I said, pretty clear printing, and maybe we'll see how good the instructions actually are as we move along, but my initial impression is not bad. Okay, I'm going to pull out the first few steps, and we'll see how we get going tonight. Be right back with that. Alright, I think I've got a plan. I'm going to build our basic carriage structure tonight, and then, whoop, come back here, the actual crossbow tomorrow. That's sort of what I'm leaning towards. See how long this takes. It looks like this is going to be the simple part, so I may go a little bit into the crossbow after a while, but I say that's my preliminary plan as I'm looking at things. Okay, so I gotta get two pair of these and gang them up. I think doesn't look like we need much in the way of glue, but they do want us to put some of these donuts on the outside. Which one? So let's see, that's gonna be, I don't think the up and down don't matter. I got, this is little hump, there's the front, but like I say, I don't think that was, want to make sure I get these on the right. So I want one on this side, one on that side. I'm going to use one of the included dowels to line up my donuts. I don't know what else to call them. I'm just going to put the old B7000, put a few dots around there. Rub it off with my finger. Drop you on there. Okay, the dowel's a good bit smaller. Let's see. Let's see. This is the actual axle well. Is that any bigger, better size? No. That's still moving around the edges. That lines it up pretty good. Okay. Now we got the technique down, I think. Close. Okay. All the way down to that's okay. Okay. Well, this is the piece that goes through, so it's, as long as it's lined up for that to go through, that, like I say, this is our axle, or it will be one of these days. Now, maybe I should do it more, a little more distributed. See how this little, give it a spin there, do the swizz around. Okay, that looks pretty straight on. Okay, I don't think it really matters. Like I say, I just want to make sure I don't put too much on for it gum up the works. Which it shouldn't, because I intend to give it plenty of time to dry. I don't think that happens. Okay, so now, in theory, I got to give those a few minutes to dry. So, stitch you out of the way, and I'll hop around a little bit. Yes, I'm going to make some wheels. So, two. Okay. More donuts, obviously. These are supposed to go inside and out of the big one. So, I'm gonna have to get these lined up by hand. I do them. Just let them stack on. No details or anything on the center one, so that's just stack them up and go. It looks like. I'll just do a similar thing. Do some dots around the edges. Dots around the edges. Okay. Okay. A little spin on both sides. You spread the glue out. looks pretty lined up. Let's move the, push it over by the bottom so we don't mess up the alignment. Okay, same view. I think the stain looks a little better on this side than that side, but otherwise, so I'll make sure that's showing. So I'll use that also. Start off with this one. And the instructions they're talking about using super glue. I think I like having a little bit of time to make adjustments on stuff like this. I think super glue's definitely gonna have its place in this project, but not on the round bits. Okay, let's drop you next time. Alright. And need to let those dry. I'll hop back and forth. Like I say, of course you got 4 wheels. These are a little bit taller. Same hubcap, so I'm going to stack them all together. Neil out here in here? Yeah, yep, she's back here sneaking around doing cat things. Spin on both sides. Let's say just want to make sure to get the glue good and spread out. I don't think there's much difference in their staining process is pretty uniform in its ununiformity. Okay. Yeah, see, now I'll let those dry a little bit too. What else am I going to be gluing together? Okay. Let's see. Going to be doing the base, but we're going to use our frame to align that, so I'm not going to do that one yet because I'm still going to give that a few more minutes to dry. Okay. 7. So this one, dropping down in there. I say this might be a good place for super glue to live. Although it's pretty wobbly, so super glue is pretty rigid, so it may not. Because I've got to actually got to line these guys on there. So, oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do these first, I think. Then I'll put the glue on there, and this will sort of brace that in place. Yeah. Start doing just sandwiching these guys here and here, and actually, so I'm doing that. I'm looking at that. I don't get much used to use my black stain pen. I think I want to color these guys in so it really, that design will really pop when I put it on there. We'll see how it works on this, looks on this first one. I've done it on a different design part of this one too, so I know this will work. I'm not sure about how, like I said, we'll see how the design looks on this one. Okay, so in, look at that. Let's see. Okay, so that versus that. I think I'm going to go with that. I think that'll look good. Yeah. And it doesn't take long to color these things. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, let's see, this guy. Glue these guys on either side and line up our something like that. Not. Let's see. I'm lined up both ways is being more difficult than it should. Okay, I think. Okay, so start down there and then up here. Okay, yeah, so that's okay. Ready to roll. Let's stick with the old B7000. Just so I got that adjustment time on it. Drops. There's a thick enough piece to add the drops to, I think. Next side here. And up here. Sticking to me too now. Okay. Solid. Okay, 2 corners, so that should be. Okay. Down the barrel here of our things. That's where we're going to be passing those bits through, so I think that's lined up pretty good. Let's see if I can get you down without messing you up. Yeah, I guess better leave well enough alone. I want to play with it some more to get it right, but I think it's going to have to be those close is good enough. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out odd shaped thing. It's hard to get everything lined up at once. Do it like that. It looks pretty good. Okay, so that's basically the top and bottom while I'm pressing down. Yeah, okay. See how that goes. Okay. Even there. Okay. Feels pretty close there. Unless I got a good shot through the middle, the top and bottom. Let's get it down without messing it up. Okay. Like I say, what I'm going to do, those go on either side of this thing, so I'm going to put the glue on this before I put it in there, but I got to wait, let the glue dry on those first. Okay, let's see, how's this looking? Okay, now these have, in the meantime, have stabilized enough to stay in place. Yeah, okay, so we're doing, these go together. These go together. Okay. Now, like I said, those go on. Here's where I said I colored. I knew it would work on the stain there. Make that design come out a little bit better. I think that's going to be. I don't know how many more of those designs I've got to do, but I think that's definitely going to be my go-to on this one to make it really pop. Okay. So, like I said, these guys. Where are they going? I'm on the wrong page. Page over there. Okay, so they're just going on the edges there. So they're not even, okay, I thought they were going through the middle to line things up. That should still line things up pretty good. Yes. Here and there. Yeah. I got a good solid base to go down through there. Okay. Well, I have to make sure I do. It looks like it's going to be a job for my $1.99 4-inch Harbor Freight clamps. Looks like they're going to. I think I can use those on this. Okay, first things first. Get some glue on between these plates. So let's see here. Yeah, all the holes do line up, so just a matter. Actually, it looks like I want to use it. Put it on this plate because it's smaller. That way I'm not gonna spread it on these excess places. So yeah. And actually, I'm not sure. Maybe it's this way. Look at the picture. Can I look at the? I don't think I'm gonna get an angle. Okay, let's see. No, according to the picture, that thing goes like that. Okay, so it is. This is the top side, according to their picture, anyway. I hope they know what language they're printed on their mechanism. Best thing about this glue is those nice little dots can really control the flow on it. Go exactly where you want it to. Okay, so little jiggle on it, smooths around everything. And those guys top to bottom on the. Okay, that gets everything placed. In order to feel that glue starting to get a little sticky. And let's see. Oh, which way does? Okay, the end with the hump goes underneath our writing. So so that's gonna be this way. So that's from there and there. Just a few dots through the middle. And a line on the end. You together and line up. This is alright. Here's the outside, so this side and here and here. And then along the frame rails. And with some luck, get everybody in place at once. Okay. Alright. Well, that was not smart. Should have known that wasn't ready yet. Okay. Try that again. Okay, actually, use my cheapo clamp to just hold it down on there for the moment. Okay. Then this one's going over here. Got our hump. So they go on like that. So this is where we want our glue. Is that right? Yeah, because it's upside down, so that's right, yeah. Okay. Oops, underneath the writing. Oh, guess I will need glue to hold those in place, won't I? Okay, so. To tighten it up, I hope. Turn it upside down for some reason. I just want to mess myself up. Okay, let's pop another cheapo top to bottom. Get that lined up on there. I'm going to try and line it up here, right above our hubcap. Find a good place to make sure it goes in. Hopefully get enough of a bite. Go the other way. Okay. I think I got it. I'm pushing it in. Better not do that. Pushing it out of square when I do that, so that's not ideal. May have to stick with the cheapos. I think they're going to be alright. Maybe do a couple more on the ends to make sure the contact down here. Yeah, I saw that going as I was doing it. A little bit deeper maybe. Yeah, there it goes. And here. And one more. Okay, looks like got good contact up against the side frame. Yeah. Reasonably square. Can I get the axle go through? Yeah, axle goes through without binding them. Yeah, on both of them. Alright. Let's see. Oh, actually we've got these guys to align it with, so that works out. Hopefully. So these guys go right cross members there. Spin ya. So let's do here, and a little glue on each end, and hopefully drop them in around our, yeah. Knock it all the way down, there it goes. Barely making contact with the sides there. This might be okay. Now we can bring in these guys. Maybe. Get them. Go from the other end, other side. Maybe. Okay. Didn't that? Oh yeah, I did not. There we go. That'll work. Push them together. Oh, the clamps on these things. I think it seems like I remember this from that trebuchet. Okay, so this end. A little bit thicker bead right through there. And you. Down. And check this guy out. See if I can get him. And mush him together onto that. Okay. Nice. Fairly solid there. And I'll let that stuff all set up, I hope. Go back to our wheels, which should be solid enough to handle now. So you can see they are a little difference there. this might be this one. Okay, this might be where we go with the super glue, because we're doing, I say, the hubcaps on both sides. Each wheel gets one on either end. This might be a good time to have that instant bond. So let me get out the old Gorilla Super Glue brush, my personal favorite, just because of the brush more than because of the glue. I'm pretty sure it's just a regular cyanoacrylic. It's nothing. I don't think their formula is any different than any of the other ones. Let's see, stay away from the center hub. Pressure on the top. Give it a few more seconds there. Alright, got a nice straight line on that one. Let's do that 7 more times. It did seem to work. Stay, like I say, just trying to stay away from the central hub more than anything. There. I'll move that one, but I think moved it back too. Okay. And if I do mess this one up too bad, I'll just run a drill through there and clean it out. That shouldn't be an issue. I misalign them anyway. That one seemed to work pretty good. Alright. I thought it might do better to go from 2 sides, but it didn't work that time. I think it's a fair good spin on it. Okay, I guess the gluing's taking more than I thought. This would go quicker than this, but I'm not, I'm not upset with it. I thought the gluing would take. I mean, the gluing is taking up more time than prepping for it. Make sure you get everything ready. Alright, this is going nice. So I seem to remember, I was not prepared to do the gluing when I did the trebuchet. I hadn't done much. This was the first time I'd ever done a kit like that, so I think I was in over my head with that. So maybe I ought to buy another one of those and give it another go, because it turned out okay, but it wasn't brilliant. Okay, and I sort of planned on doing this today and the crossbow tomorrow, but this one, as long as this is taken, it may end up being a 3-day project. I was looking at the instructions, it looked like this was just going to fly together. Of course, I thought I was going to do that hour-long one last night in 20 minutes too, so I'm really bad at estimating how long projects are going to take. Okay. Okay. And it does, make sure I'm enough. It does mention in the instructions you're supposed to cut these sticks, but it appears they did send them all in pre-cut in this kit anyway. I'm trying to remember if this was a... Actually, I can't remember if I bought this one on Amazon or Temu. If it's a non-import one, I'll link the... I think... I say in the States we're having trouble with imports on Temu now, so it's all domestic. But I think it might. I just can't remember, but we'll. I'll attempt to link it in the description. Okay. So okay, let's go back to this one. I say just hopping back and forth I'm gonna eventually confuse myself. But it's sort of hard to mess this one up. I say this goes right in there. This in there. Okay, so they do fit. Everything nice and solid there. Love it. Okay. So let me it will be 7,000 again. Run you just right through the middle there and pop you down. And just drop on the edges so they'll force their way through as we're inserting it. Alright, now that, and I'm also going to go out of order on the instructions because this, for some reason, we set this aside and build the crossbow and then we install this after the fact, where there's no, I don't see any reason not to. Okay, so got one, that. I'm going to give that glue a few more minutes to set on their frame. But we got basically we got to install this. I can go ahead and do that. Maybe. This goes on the top, and it just shows it sticking out. I'm guessing not that high. Oh, there. Take a. I got to put those instructions out. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't say, it didn't say how deep to put it in, just to glue it in place. So and the after picture doesn't look like it's sticking up 2 centimeters, or even if it's flush at the bottom. But I can cut it down if I have to, so I'm gonna make it flush with the bottom. So for that, pop me off a strip of tape. And the bottom all up. Give me some glue around the edge here. And just pop it in and give it a swirl. Okay, now I'm going to let that glue and that glue dry and all this set up, and I'll come back and we'll put this into one piece and call it a night. So right back with that. Okay, I took the opportunity to do some research, and it appears that this has been either discontinued or they're just sold out before they quit importing them. I found a website in New Zealand that has it for, I'm assuming, 73 New Zealand dollars, which I'm thinking is $35 to $40, which seems pricey. I think it was Temu, and it was, I think, $21 when I bought it. So this may have been like a closeout deal that they got. I'm gonna let that one simmer for a little while before I mess with it. But I think it's, yeah, got her stabilized pretty well there. Let's see. I think next thing, put our wheels on, and let's see. Find small wheel goes on our, so the small wheels go back here with our riding. So these guys are there and there, and these guys are there and there. Like I say, these are axles. And we'll just, I think, I was thinking this might be another good time for super glue, just to get it in there solid, but I don't, it shows a little bit of a hub out on there, so I'm not super sure about that. Let's run these through and see how things go. Okay, so how much, let's see, that's, I forgot which one we got. Okay, I got the big ones. So go on there, and they got plenty of slack on them. I don't want to get, yeah, even if it's rubbing up against it, that'll be all right. So I can push them all the way in, and it should be. Still trying to decide the best way to glue these in place, because that's, don't want to just go pop that out. I think, okay, if I push it all the way through there, do a little glue here, I should be able to do the same thing over here and then swirl around. Right? I think so. Either direction. So let's glue, looks like a little gap there, and push you in, give you a swirl, and a little glue on this one, in, and a swirl, and try and center it up. Let's move that glue around a little bit more, maybe. Centered up. Okay. I hope that worked. Down. I'm not too concerned with the wheels turning, but I think it'd be a nice thing. Okay, now our little wheels next to the writing I said. So. Okay, that's, I'm tearing up those other wheels while I'm doing all this. Okay, yep, and that's all out of whack now. Okay. I think back away. Yeah, they're pretty wobbly on there. I'm not sure this is going to work. This may be a job for hot glue that I don't have warmed up yet. So we may come back and do this tomorrow. But we may come back and secure it tomorrow. See how things. Okay, let's just try putting the glue inside the wheel. There. And it just popped out the other side. Okay, should have saw that coming. Let's spread you around a little bit more. Without the back wheels falling off, or front wheels not trying to. Okay, so that was not good enough. Let's try. This seems to be. Spin it in. Okay, now get you guys. Here, you sort it up. Yeah, I think this is going to take hot glue. It might, like I say, it might set up tonight. I'm not sure. But like I said, this is where I'm going to go rogue with it and go off instructions. Because I'm going to go ahead and plop this in our slots here. Because it just, otherwise it's just going to be sitting around waiting for me to drop it and break it or do something with it. So do some glue in here. Let's see, get them all. Why not? And should have done this before I put the wheels on, I think. Okay, let's just pop them in. Okay, that dropped in pretty easily. Reset my wheels one last time. I think. So they're going to be wobbly wheels, but I think they'll still be acceptable. Right, yeah. Got clearance everywhere we need clearance, so they will spin if I can break the axle free if I haven't glued the axle to the frame. Got that guy, let it, let's see, coagulate or whatever overnight. Alright, I think it's, that seems like, let's say, we got our foundation down. Like I say, this is, I think, taking long enough. Because everything, it does. This is one. It's actually been a nice little fun build. Not, it's not going as quick as I thought it would, but that's probably a good thing. This makes you slow you down, makes you pay a little more attention to what you're doing. Make it a little bit more that way. A little bit more that way for the picture. Okay. I'm going to leave those alone, and I'm going to call it a night. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all that. Be good to one another. Stay safe. And click on a link. There's my channel up there. There's sort of my experimental other channel. This is what YouTube thinks you should be watching, and this will be the playlist for this build once I get more than one video in it. So, see you tomorrow.